Okay, moving on to the last step here of AutoCAD, and that is getting prepared to print. Again, you're going to need 10 to 15 minutes for this, so if it's at the end of the period, you should get started on your design brief, getting that thing wrapped up before you get going on this and start this at the beginning of the next period. But we're going to go through this. So we've already done the checklist. Everything's good to go. We're now ready to start the printing process. This is slightly confusing. There's a lot of steps. So make sure you pay close attention to the video, pay close attention to the steps in the instructions, and just follow along through them. All right. So the first thing we're going to do here, according to the instructions, is we're going to click on the A and we're going to go to Print. So we're going to bring this down. And what's not listed in the instructions is I've already set a lot of this stuff up for you. All right. We already have the Epilog Zing set, which is the engraver that we're going to be using. I've set my paper size. We're going to have to reset that again later on, but we're starting off with the right paper size. We've also set this up so that this is the area that we're printing. All right, so this yellow box is the sheet we're printing, which that yellow box is equal to 8.5 by 11, which is simply an A-sized sheet of paper. And again, all that stuff is already done for you, so you don't need to do that. We're just going to go to A and print, and this dialog box is going to pop up. So if you look at step B, it says click on Properties. Properties is found right here. And inside of here, we're going to once again click on Custom Properties, which is still step B. So this is the Epilog Zing property menu, and this is how we're going to control how much the laser, like the power of the laser, how fast it goes, different settings. You can change these settings for different types of materials. These are the settings that work well for foam. So vector is the word that Epilog uses to refer to lines that get cut. So on step C, underneath vector settings, we're going to set speed to 80, power to 20, and frequency to 500. So currently my speed is at 100%, so I need to slow that down to 80%. My power is set to 15%, so I need to up that up to 20. And if your numbers are slightly different that you're starting with, that's fine. You just need to shift them over so that they equal these numbers at the end. And finally, my frequency right now is at 499, which honestly is close enough, but I'm just going to bump that up to 500. But 499 would have been fine as well. And we're going to say OK. All right, so if you look at step D, it says click OK. That's what I'm about to do now. I click OK. Then it says to click OK again. That's this OK here. And then this little dialog box comes up and it says changes to printer configuration file. So automatically it says apply changes for current plot only. You want to say OK to that also. So we clicked OK 3 times in a row. Now what you may have just noticed is my paper size went from being 8.5 wide to being at an 11 high to being 12.8 by 18, which is a function of the properties and kind of an obnoxious part about this whole process. But in order to fix that, we just need to go back to paper size. We're going to drop this menu down, and we're going to find ANSI A, A-N-S-I-A, not to be confused with ARC A. All right, so if we scroll down, we see all these ANSIs here, A-N-S-I-A, A-N-S-I-B. Okay, we want an ANSI A, which is 8.5 by 11. We're going to select that. And then if you take a look at step number F, it says click apply to layout. We're going to click this button down here. Now this is very important. Before we can press OK, we need to talk to either Mr. Ashline or Ms. Roman and make sure that we're OK to print. Only one person can print at a time, so we need to get on a list so that one person goes at once. Once you're done with all of your setup, you're going to talk to your teacher and ask if it's okay to print. At that point, once they say that it's your turn, you're going to click OK, and that drawing is going to get sent to the engraver.